Emmanuel Glaze, the Crust
Hey,
Sports
man.
Star. How
Let's
you
go.
doing, man?
All right.
For HBCUs, how important is this game? You know, it's me being one from HBCU
Absolutely.
myself, feeling a sort of proud. Do the guys kind of understand from a HBCU standpoint
Absolutely.
what tomorrow stands
Well,
for?
it's huge because the saying is always that we're not organized, we're not disciplined, we don't play an organized brand of ball. All those things are said. I don't think they're just said out in the open, but I've been on the other side. Let me say that.
Yeah.
So a lot of those things are brewing underneath the surface, but that's not the case. Our kids are well coached. Our kids are organized. Our kids understand how to play the game. They're fast, they're athletic, they're big, they're tough. They can do all things well. So I think it'll go a long way to kind of show the brand of football and coaching-wise that we have, because the same issues that apply to us on the field apply to us as coaches. So I think this game means a lot, and it puts us on display.
Coach, the last 3 games, you've gotten off to a slow start and kind of flipped the switch. How important will it be to kind of come out the gates firing?
Well, I think I don't take anything from our opponents, but I think it has something to do with the fatigue factor. We were tired. We were tired. Anytime you play an Alcorn team that has just had a week off early in the season, then you play them again. You play Texas Southern, who's had an opportunity to take a week off, and you play them and they hit you in the mouth. Now, you're the best team in the league, so everybody's going to hit you with their best shot. So then you play Southern University, which is an emotional deal, and then you come right back and play the conference championship game. So that's tough, and they've had another week off, and they've had an opportunity to get healthy. They've known that they're going to play in that game for a long time. So that's a different situation. I say all the time, they're on scholarship too. So I mean, I know that the bar is high for us. But there were those times where we just didn't play well, and I think fatigue had a lot to do with it. But they did a great job as well. So we're just ready to go. I think our kids are fresh. We've taken enough time off. We've balanced work and rest, and I think we'll be sharp and ready to go on Saturday.
Coach, not that it's anything that has any effect on what you do on the field, but the stuff out in Vegas, I've never heard of 2 HBCU games being on the board.
It's awesome.
In Vegas. And what does that mean to you, the fact that it's getting that kind of exposure? I've never heard, that's unheard of.
Well, that's huge, and I think what it says is, people are paying attention, and I know a lot of my buddies that I've worked with, at other universities and in other conferences. Anytime you get back in your locker room and you see the texts coming across your phone, that means they're watching and they're paying attention, and they know that there's a really good brand of football being played. So, I mean, I am pleased to be a part of it, and I'm thankful to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because He's given me a platform, to do this thing, and not everyone gets an opportunity to do what they love to do.
And Coach, where do you come up with your great analogies? Because we're training bullets and not bowling balls. I really like that one. So where do you come up with that, and what would be one thing that you would say to your team before you ran out on the field?
Well, I mean, a lot of things just come up. I mean, I can't take the credit for it, but what was the second question again?
What's one thing you might say to your team before you leave Broderick Field tomorrow?
Well, I'm not a rah-rah speech guy. I'm not a Newt Rockney type guy. I'm a guy that says what I need to say Sunday through Friday. I'm not a kind of guy. I'm kind of cool, calm, and collected. And they know what to do. Because at the end of the day, if you have to get somebody going on Saturday, you got problems anyway. You need to stay in the locker room. So for us, it's about the things that we say from Sunday all the way up until Friday, and then after that, it's on you now, yeah.
Speaking of which, Coach, when they had the players up here and they were talking about some of the first time in Atlanta, how much does it mean to give the players some experiences
That's
that they
huge.
don't have?
That's
huge.
huge.
Some kid coming the first time in Atlanta kind of threw me off. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
There was quite a few of them
Right.
up here. But for them to have a chance to see the College Football Hall of Fame and things of that nature, how was that for you as a coach?
Well, the reason why it's so huge, because these kids have not been out of their own neighborhoods. A lot of them have never been outside of their neighborhoods, and I say it all the time. They're always saying that there's a saying that we're not intelligent, we're not exposed. That's the difference. you know, and I'm a young man that has been exposed as a young man, so I know what's out there. So it motivated me to want to do more and want to become more educated. When you take young people and you show them things and you show them buildings and things that they see on television or things that they see on the computer, and now that it's tangible to them, now they feel they can be successful. Now they become better students. Now they're driven to want to do great things, as opposed to going back to the communities where they're from, which is a tough situation. So, you know, I say all the time, it's not that we're not smart, it's not that we're not intelligent, it's that we're not exposed. So the whole key for us is to expose all of our young people to educating them on every level, no matter what museum we can take them to. We have to take them there and show them.
That's beautiful.
Kenyatta Pavil, Dr. Pavil is inside the HBCU Sports Lab. I wanted to ask you about the matchup. What are the 2 or 3 things that Grambling has to do, the G-men have to do to be successful in this game?
First thing, we have to protect the ball. Secondly, we have to score points, because protecting the ball and scoring points puts us in a situation defensively where now we know what they have to do. And anytime, you know, people are behind on us, then basically, you know, it's one of those situations where now we smell the blood in the water, because now our defense, we know they have to throw the football, and now our defense can do what they do best. They can rush the passer and sack the quarterback, which makes it very difficult to stop us.
Thank you, Coach, and good luck.
Thank you.
Hi, Coach Fobbs. My name is Kenji Knox.
Hello.
Hi, my name is Kenji Knox with The Greatest Fan. I had the pleasure of interviewing your wife, Miss Fobbs.
Okay.
And last year I was here with the Eddie G. Robinson Museum.
Yeah.
I wanted to do a legacy. I felt the spirit, something going on. And then I heard that you had a blueprint vision, and
Yes.
the spirit, something going on.
Yes.
So, undefeated season, how does that feel for you? Spiritual element, techniques, tactics. You know, how does that apply?
Well, as far as you're talking about the undefeated season?
Yes.
Well, the spiritual part is always a major part. That's the foundation of everything that we do. You know, when we started this program a long time ago, it was 2 questions. You know, what am I looking for in a university? And if I'm a parent of a student athlete, what am I looking for my son?
Right.
So everything starts from that spiritual perspective and making sure that we place in them what they need in
Because
order
the
to be
fans said
successful.
you had a team that was, and you took it and made it